To begin this tutorial, we will create two curves. Go to the Shank tab and click on the Curve command. Set the size to United States 6.5. Click Accept to create the curve. Then click on the Curve command again, but this time use the fourth option. Adjust a few parameters. Change the offset to 1.25 millimeters. Then set the move in Z to 1.73 millimeters, and finally the start on circle to 1.04 millimeters. Leave the other parameters as default and click Accept to create the second curve. Change this last curve to a different layer so we can distinguish between them more easily. At the bottom of the viewport, switch the display mode to shaded. Then go to the Surface tab and use the Extrude command to create a reference solid from the circle we just created. In the command bar, make sure the both sides option is activated. It can be a solid or not, as we will only use it for reference. From the top view, make sure it covers and slightly extends beyond the curve. If you hold down Shift and click on a display mode, it will update in all viewports. Now select the other curve, go to the Curve tab, and use the Pull command. Click on the cylinder we created, and you will see that a new curve is projected onto its surface. I will use the third user layer to hide the curves we are not using. This way, we can work without getting confused by unnecessary elements. Next, go to the Diamond tab and use the Studio command. In the panel, set the diameter to 5 millimeters. Click on Add, then accept the command. If the cylinder is a solid, select it and hide it by typing Hide in the command bar. Use the gumball to move the gem to the top. You can adjust this later. Show the cylinder again by typing Show in the command bar. Position the gem right above the cylinder. Now select the curve and go to the Accessories tab, then click on the Profiles command. This time, we will use the asset PRO08 from the library as it suits our needs. Click on Edit, move the cylinder to another layer. Then add it to the selector to use it as a reference to create the shank of the ring. You can now hide the cylinder to adjust the profiles. We will adjust Profile 1. As you can see, there are small gumballs with numbers that help identify each profile. They also appear listed in the panel. Start by editing Profile 1. Change its curve to number 007 from the Asset selector. Then set its width to 2 millimeters and its height to 3.06 millimeters. Make sure the type is set to solid. Click Accept to confirm this profile. Now duplicate Profile 1 and place the copy at the top center of the curve. With Object Snap enabled, you will see guides such as Quad, End, or Not appear. Click at that point to place the copy, then duplicate Profile 2 and place it at the upper left end. If you make a mistake or don't place it correctly, you can always drag the numbered gumball to reposition it. Next, duplicate Profile 3 and place it on the left middle section of the shank. In my case, this profile is number 4, so I will edit it. Change the height to 2.27 millimeters and confirm. Then duplicate Profile 4 and place it on the bottom part. You can activate the 4 viewports, and from the front view, check that it is centered. Edit this last profile as well by setting the height to 1.5 millimeters and confirm. Now we have created half of the shank. We will duplicate the profiles on the left and place them on the right. Copy them one by one. Start with Profile 4. Place it on the central right arm and adjust its position using the gumballs. Take your time to adjust the positions of the profiles. You can pause the video if needed. Once you've finished positioning profile number 4, you can move on to the next one. Use the gumballs as a reference to identify which profile you need to position and where it should go. Then place Profile 2, which in my case is at the top center of the curvature. The profile at the far end is number 8, which we will delete. Instead, copy the profile from the opposite end and place it in the same position to make both sides identical. Finally, duplicate Profile 3 and place it accordingly. Now all profiles are in position. Take your time to make any necessary adjustments. You can move or edit them using the gumballs or the command panel. Next, we will adjust the ends of the shank. Set the cap so it does not touch the arm. In my case, I use 0.7 millimeters. You can now show the cylinder again. Since mine is a solid, I will use the explode command to remove the two caps and see the interior. You will see that everything fits perfectly. Once you are satisfied, click Accept to confirm the creation of the shank. Now we will add the side gems. To do that, go to the Curve tab and use the Extract ISO Curve command. Select the central point of the shank to create a curve. Then use the Point command to create a point and split the curve. Select the curve, click on the Split command, and use the point as the cutting object. Press Enter to cut. You can delete the remaining part of the curve. Now select the curve and go to the Transform tab to use the Mirror Opposite command. You will see that the element is symmetrical. Once you have confirmed the symmetry, go to the Diamonds tab and use the Gems on Curve command. Add the curve to the selector and the surface to the reference selector. Now adjust the parameters. Set the gem size to 1.5 millimeters. The distance between gems will be 0.4 millimeters. Set the vertical alignment to top. You can now click Accept to create the gems. In the same tab, use the Microsetting command. Add the gems to the selector. In the first cutters section, set the width to 0.80 millimeters. Then set the length to 2.5 millimeters so it does not touch the other arm. Activate the V-prongs option and ensure there is no intersection with the arm. Activate the channel option. You will notice that the ends are inverted. Scroll down in the panel to use the flip options for the caps. Then set the channel height to 1 millimeter and the width to 0.5 millimeters. Lastly, adjust the extension so it slightly extends past the V-prong. In my case, I use 0.8 millimeters. Change the channel height to 3 millimeters. Double-check that nothing intersects with the other side of the shank. Once everything looks right, click Accept. Now use the Mirror Opposite command to duplicate the cutters on the other side. Once both sides are ready, go to the Solid tab and use the Boolean Difference command. Select the shank and press Enter. Then select each cutter and press Enter again. Since I had the Delete Cutter option set to No in the command bar, the cutters will not be deleted, so I will hide them to see the result. Select the gems and use Mirror Opposite to create them on the other side. And that's it. We now have our fully finished shank. Now it's time to create the setting for the main gem. Select the center gem, go to the Diamonds tab, and use the Bezel command. Use the preset BE014 and click on Edit. Reduce the girdle width to 0.5 millimeters so it doesn't extend past the gems. Then lower the over girdle height to 0.2 millimeters. Accept the command. You'll see that the bezel extends below the ring. We'll use the first curve we created to trim it to the exact size of the ring. If you deleted it, simply go to the Shanks tab, use the Curve command again, and create a new curve with the same size, United States 6.5. Then select the bezel, and in the outliner, use the Cut by Ring Size command. The bezel will automatically be trimmed according to the ring size. Now your model is complete. You can create a render and share it on your social media. Don't hesitate to share it with us. We would love to see it. We'll include some reference renders, but we're excited to see yours.